let's get this video started off right. Boom. Let's do a lionfish kebab for the first act. I load up my pole spear again here, and boom, grab another one. Now, usually I don't do this because you're at risk of missing, but later in the video, I also try to shoot two at once. It doesn't work too well. It ends up actually scaring the lionfish away. Watch here how I scare the lionfish away from this delicate barrel sponge. Sometimes if I have a big lionfish, I'll shoot them directly. But if it's a small barrel sponge and a small lionfish, I definitely don't want to go shoot right into it. We just got back from the Philippines and I have a lot of good content to post, but I figured I'd come back and give a nice video of what we do at Lionfish Extermination Corporation, which is, of course, remove the invasive lionfish from Florida waters and throughout the Caribbean. We collect as much as we can, and then we go sell the larger ones to a restaurant. Check out this Mediterranean eel. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a Mediterranean eel. If anybody else has an idea of exactly what this eel is, let me know. We saw this the other day, and it was so interesting looking. It looks kind of like a spotted eel, but with quite a bit of different pattern. The head is just a little bit different shape than I'm used to seeing as well. It might just be, a spotted eel. Who knows? I'm going to speed this up really quick so you can see. See how light that's getting? The lionfish is turning light, and then it's now getting darker again. This is an example of when you stone a lionfish. People like when I post lionfish getting stoned. It's definitely the right way to go because they're dead immediately. Now this is submarine cable of some sort. It could be a number of things, but it's a great place for these fish to hang out. It definitely provides a little structure, although it is garbage in the sea. Sometimes it can be useful. Look at that, it just stretches for miles and miles. I'll talk more about that in a sec. Check out this anemone. I said it right, guys, anemone. Now we have a blotched burrfish. Look at how cute he is. He's got nowhere to go, so he's like, oh boy, what have I gotten myself into? This guy's looking at me. These guys are so cute, it's ridiculous. I leave them alone. No sense in freaking them out any more than I have to. Now, this is how it typically looks down there at around 70 to 100 feet. It's a lot of sand, and then you'll see these patches of reef. And it's sporadic, and it's all over the place. So a lot of people aren't that great with navigation, so they won't go to these areas. Oh, look at this big boy. Boom. Got him. So I like to go to those areas because that's where we're going to find more fish, where people don't go. These lionfish have infiltrated this area very deeply, and if we weren't out here removing these, all these people that are helping to remove these lionfish, they would be literally everywhere. They would be lionfish on top of lionfish on top of lionfish. And if you let them go and let them be for just a short while, oh, here's a big one, boom, they will take over, and you have to really keep up on it. Now this one is pretty large. When you can put him in the container and he's touching both sides, then you know he's about 14 inches or so. But this one gives me some trouble. Check this out. I think I got him. Oh, gets away. Boom, no problem. Oh, there he goes again. Third time's a charm. Now, I'm really glad I got this one because it was one of the biggest ones of the day, the size of that. It's kind of difficult to record and shoot lionfish at the same time. A lot of people won't even do it. For a long time, I was too worried that I was going to miss the shot, but you guys want to see content, so here we go. I got to get the content somehow. Those beautiful butterfly fish. Stopping to see the beauty in the area. Don't even have time to put them in the container. Now check out this smooth trunkfish. That's actually what they're called. Look at the patterns, the hexagonal shapes, the polka dots, the yellows, the blacks, the whites. That's like Photoshop, underneath the ocean. Pretty darn cool. All right, let's sneak up on this guy. And airball. Sometimes we miss it. Sometimes we actually don't get the lionfish. They'll hide underneath a rock real quick, and we can't actually hunt them down. But you do the best you can do, and you try to do it without hurting the reef as well. That's the biggest thing. Here comes a nice sideways shot. See how he's running? He swam right away because he could see me coming. And that's why it's best not to come at an angle like that. You want to come from above. I don't know why I decided to take the shot from the side, but sometimes you make foolish mistakes. I was able to get him at least. But that's something you learn over time. A lot of lionfish shooting in this video. This is not the prettiest area in the world over in Dania Beach area. So, you know, we just focus on killing the lionfish. If something cool comes by, we take a video. But it's pretty rare to see sharks in this area because it's so far from the Gulf Stream. Sharks tend to stick around areas that have colder water, a little bit more movement in the water, and they don't have to travel very far if the Gulf Stream is only a mile from the reef. But over here it's quite a ways, so they're not willing to make that venture, I guess. There's not that many turtles around this area too, but when you see a lionfish here, most of the time it's a good-sized lionfish. Look at that headshot. That was perfect. Now we have these beautiful vase sponges here. They look like kind of like a little vase there. It's a little bit different than the barrel sponges you can see right next to it. Let's see if we can get this guy. Boom. Oh, airball. Once again. Just off my game, you know. I gotta step it up a little bit here. Now that cable that we saw all tangled up earlier could very well be transmission communication cables for submarines, or it could be some sort of fiber optics cables. Our internet actually, in some cases, goes all the way from our country to other countries. There's a never-ending non-stop line that goes all the way through the ocean for miles and miles and miles, going to the depths of the ocean, and is actually connected to other countries. It's pretty wild. The stuff we saw probably wasn't that. It's probably a lot older, so it was for some other sort of communication, I'm sure. But it's just a bunch of litter at the end of the day once it's not used anymore. The ocean tends to be kind of a junkyard. See that shot? I was trying to get two at once, and luckily I spooked the lionfish, but I didn't spook him too much to where I couldn't get him. So he went down and he's trying to find a way out, but I was still able to grab him. So when people say, can you shoot two at once? You can. It's just not a good idea, because usually you don't succeed, and sometimes you can not get the other one altogether because he'll become wise to the shot. Pick this guy off. Got so many, quite a few little ones, but we were able to get probably about 20 pounds of big ones too, which was really nice to bring to the restaurant. Look at these little guys. That's who was next in line from that lionfish. People often say, why do I never see a lionfish actually eating? And the answer is, I don't want them to eat anything else, first of all. So I want to stop them before they take the next bite, because that's what I'm down there doing. But also, they are either sleeping or actively hunting. But they're very slow and methodical. They just slowly creep up on fish. They don't swim around fast like other fish, and that's good that they don't. Now we got a little ballyhoo. I went a little closer to the surface and I saw these ballyhoo. A lot of ocean fish will go after those. They're usually more pelagic ocean fish, like the dorado, aka the mahi-mahi, aka the dolphin fish. Not to be confused with the actual mammal, the dolphin. But the lionfish splays out its side fins, and it uses them to corral little fish into a corner. And then once it's got one pushed in the corner and it's close enough, it'll pop its jaws out and just lunge forward and snag up a fish. And it'll sit there and do that all day, eating as little as 0 fish in a day to as much as 100 fish in a day. Usually at least 10 fish a day. Look at this beautiful spotted drumfish, and there's a Spanish hogfish as well. But look at this, called the spotted drum. He's just pacing about in his little area. Look at him go. So pretty. We have a lot of cool fish down here. People think all the cool fish are across the sea, but we have some gorgeous specimens. And there's another miss. Look at me go. Try again. If first you do not succeed, try again. See how tiny that one is? He went in there with ease. All right. Let's see if we can sneak up. See what I'm doing? I'm coming right overhead. And the lionfish can't see that spear coming. And sometimes, like I was saying, I will distract them by putting the camera out. So they're looking at the camera instead of the actual spear coming towards them. Boom, not a bad shot. Now I'm actually kind of tossing the spear up and grabbing it to get a different grip on it and putting them in the thing, because I'm only using one hand there. Now this is a French angelfish, gorgeous little chubby specimen, as you can see here, very large and in charge. That fish uses its width to actually get away from animals. It'll swim sideways, so that when the fish tries to bite it, it'll have no way of actually getting it in its mouth, because it's such a large target at that point. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos and liking and subscribing and donating and all the wonderful things that you guys do. and we will see you next time.